how most parents sound. Wow, it's beautiful. Oh, I love it. This is the most beautiful drawing I have ever seen, and you are so talented. Those are probably the things you said to your 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8-year old when they presented you their latest Picasso escape can drawing. And I know that you thought that you were doing by them by showering with all that praise, but you might have unknowingly been screwing them up for their life. You see, praise can build self esteem, and praise can undermine and erode self esteem. And it all depends on how you do it. So today, we are going to fix that for us. And this is how it works in your children as well as in your employees. Because after all, as adults, we are just big and now hairy children inside. In traditional cultures all around the world, parents used to actively avoid giving praise. They worried that too much praise would inflate their ego, that it might make children overconfident and too full of themselves. So parents intentionally withheld it. Just ask your daddy or your granddaddy about their parents. Well, as you can see, that approach did not work. And when those bitter and dysfunctional kids they grew up, they started the self-esteem movement in the late 1970s, which really took hold in the 80s and the 90s, I would say. They essentially overcorrected by instructing parents now to lavishly heap as much praise and positive feedback as they possibly could onto their unsuspecting children, and for almost everything, I would say. Praise along the lines. Great job. You are so beautiful. You are so smart. You are the best. Unfortunately, both styles have been utter failures. They essentially were two opposite sides of the pendulum, I would say. Both created their special types of dysfunction. When a child grows up not feeling valued and not receiving praise or encouragement, they end up with borderline personality disorders such as, and I want you to think about your parents and grandparents and great grandparents as I describe these. A difficulty in trusting others, trouble regulating their emotions, high levels of anxiety, an unhealthy fear of rejection, unpredictable or confusing behaviors, and a lack of emotional awareness. On the other swing of the pendulum, receiving excessive praise and being over validated in childhood can lead to whole slew of interpersonal dysfunctions such as, and think of your millennial or Gen Z co-workers or friends as I describe these. Attachment issues, an endless need for praise and validation, a dependence on external motivation, narcissism, and a sense of entitlement all the time. Very common. Now, lack of praise is flat out. Just not good. Okay? So let's clear it off the tail right now. Lack of praise is not what needed. This is not about for or against praise today. This is about how to give praise. That's important. Because praise is most definitely good, no doubts. It is if you don't screw it up and do it the wrong way. Hopefully, I have your attention now. This is a vital lesson for parents, for coaches, and for leaders of any kind. There are seven specific praise mistakes that most people make and that screw people up, even against your best intentions. I need to walk you through them one at a time today. So I will save that for tomorrow's Metric Chat. So be sure you come back for that. So before we get to the seven deadly sins of praise making tomorrow, today tell us in the comments below, were you praised a lot as a child? Yes or no? And B, these days do you praise your children, students, and teammates a lot? Tell us the answers to these two questions in the comments below.